Hello everyone, it is Akari, Chief and CEO of Procrastinator on Accident Incorporated. Yep, this is another of those videos in which I took my sweet time and was happy for a little bit, but then I lost track of time. Oh, the irony of it all. You see, the plan for today was to draw 3 lucky characters of the Sonic cast in the Sonic movie art style. And I did my sketching and designing and everything was great, until it wasn't. What can I say? I enjoyed the process a bit too much and oops, it's almost Friday. So I'm saying no to crunch time. I did nothing for today. Ha! I'm joking. I did make 2 of the 3 designs I intended to do on this video. So maybe a part 2 later down the line, I don't know. But for today, these are my Sonic movie designs of 2 lovely Sonic characters. Let's go! First one on the list for today is Amy Rose. You know it couldn't be missing, I love this pink girly a lot. And on the designing front, I decided to change the clothes a bit to better fit the movie aesthetic. Because you know how in the movie designs, they look slightly different from the game designs? Well yeah, I am attempting to do something similar. Now full disclosure, I am sadly not a part of the designers in the Sonic movies. Duh. So I'm not sure if these are accurate at all, but do you know what they are? My interpretation. Maybe on the Sonic Movie 3, Amy and the other character I'm drawing will appear and they'll look completely different or maybe exactly the same as their game counterparts. Who knows? But hey, I had my fun drawing these. But before I start yapping more about these designs, I'd like a quick announcement. Subscribe if you haven't! It's free, it helps me make more silly videos, and it makes me smile. And if you, lovely viewer, like to support me further, I have channel memberships open with pretty cool perks and your name will appear at the end of every video. It should be the first link in the description if you're interested. Thank you so much for listening to this and on with the video! Amy was the first one I thought of drawing for this challenge. Obviously. Because she's Amy, one of the core 4 characters. And it's really odd to me that she isn't in the movies yet, if I'm being completely honest. How did Shadow get in the movies first? It was probably a huge marketing stunt since we all love him. But like, what about Amy, huh? Besides that weird leap of logic by Paramount, on this design I wanted to give her a similar dress, but I kinda sorta went off the rails. I gave her this cute overall with a white shirt. I think it makes her look more kitty than her actual design in the games, and I kinda vibe with that, not gonna lie. She's supposed to be 12, right? And Tails is technically younger too, and I'm not sure if it's just a me thing or if it's something people have noticed, but in the movies, Tails acts and looks younger than in the games. So after I thought it well, that was kind of the direction I wanted to take this design from the sketches to the final. But the one thing that stayed consistent throughout all the sketches were the boots, because I really like those boots I drew for her. I am kind of convinced that that's my favorite part of this design, because man, I would love to rock those boots IRL, but that's unrelated. I kept the shape of the boots and technically the colors almost in the same place and form as they should be in the game design, right? I just made them more believable as quote-unquote real boots. Kind of like what they did to Sonic's shoes. They made them look more realistic, if that's a word to describe Sonic characters. Which is definitely not accurate, but you know what I mean. I just added details like some laces and details on the boots. That's what I did. Which goes as well with the gloves I gave her. They are basically her normal gloves, normal and standard Sonic gloves. I just made them a bit more detailed. And I debated on getting rid of her bracelets, but I just couldn't because they fit her very well. And it is my headcanon that those bracelets are actually some sort of inhibitor rings because she's a strong girly. And it's just, I find it very funny that she has to limit her power. So that's why I didn't get rid of them. Oh, and another cute little edit I made is making her hairband a ribbon going through her quills. just to pay a homage to my original idea of making this design more classic Amy-esque, because I thought it would be cute to make like a Rosie the Rascal / classic Amy inspired movie design. But realistically, I think that if they were going to put Amy in the movies, which I don't know, maybe a possibility, I think they use her more modern design because it's more, I forgot the word, recognizable, that's the word. I forgot for a minute there, whoops. What I was getting at is that the modern design for Amy is more recognizable to a wider audience than the classic Amy design, which is such a shame because I really love both designs, but I almost never get a chance to draw classic Amy, which big sad. But either way, you bet that if I wasn't going to get away with drawing classic Amy, I sure as heck littered this design with a lot of classic Amy reference, so that's why the ribbon and the card she has. And of course I couldn't just forget her hammer, so I added that too. But after that, it was just a matter of shading and adding some details, and she was completely done. On to our next contender. I present to you Movieverse Rouge the Bat. Because if we have Shadow, we need her too. They are a package deal, 2 for 1 if you will. No. I had a lot of fun with this one. For those who are new on the channel or are just not caught up in the Akari lore, hi! I am Akari and I am a huge Sonic nerd, as if it weren't clear enough. And my favorite Sonic character of all time is Sonic, which I am aware is the most basic answer one could give. Everyone who asks me that tells me that, and I am okay with it. Feel free to tell me that in the comments too, I wouldn't blame you one bit. It's just something about Sonic the Hedgehog, man. He's just my silly guy. But something that not a lot of people know, or would expect if I'm being honest, is that my second favorite character is Rouge. I just love her. She's the funniest Sonic character by far. Because she's so girl boss. She basically orders around a killer robot and the ultimate life form like it's nobody's business. And that's peak character behavior, and no one can tell me otherwise. And that's your Akari fact for the day. Contrary to popular belief, my favorite Sonic character is not Amy Rose, even though I love her, but is Sonic, with the second place being Rouge. And you know what? I don't draw her enough. I don't draw her nearly enough, because I haven't drawn Rouge in a while. At least not in color, Inktober doesn't count. So, safe to say, I was very excited about drawing her this time around. Her design was the most fun to come up with out of the 3 I made and the 2 I completed, because I just gave some Rouge vibes to an already existing uniform, which I based it off the movie Gun Soldiers. Because in this design, I based it off as if she were a gun agent, you know the one. That one organization in the Sonic universe that doesn't like blonde girls. I didn't really think of a story for her, or in the movie, but I like to think that she would be a gun agent that infiltrates Eggman and kind of brings Shadow to the good side, or something like that. You can think of a story. I'll be reading your comments. But back to speaking about the design. Geesh, that was a long tangent. I tried to make it as close as possible as the movie uniforms we saw for the gun agents, but of course I just had to give it that vibe, that Rouge vibe if you will, because it was obvious that I couldn't just skip the heart motif and the pink accents everywhere, so I just included those. I did add a lot of detail into this design, which I'm not sure if they would actually do it in the actual designing as if she were going to be in the movie, but again, this is just my interpretation. I like this design. And another thing I did mess around with was the colors. I kept it the same, just I desaturated a lot of them and added a variety of grays, because in her canon game design, Rouge doesn't really have much else than pink and gray, which is completely fine, but I just added some variety just to distinguish the patterns in her jumpsuit, and that was basically it. Just make the line art a bit more fluffier looking, and of course, add the shading and lighting, some special effects, and she was done. Not gonna lie, I really like these illustrations I made, especially the Rouge one. I just had a lot of fun drawing these, and whenever I'm having fun designing or drawing something, I'm sure that the product will look awesome in my eyes. Well, maybe not awesome, but very good. I haven't seen a drawing of mine that I'd say it's awesome since that one Sonic IDW cover I made of Sonic Prime. That was my peak, and I'm sure I'll never repeat that, but that happens. But do let me know your thoughts, lovely viewer. Would you like to see more of these, and which one did you like best? Also, if you have anyone you would like to see in the Sonic movie art style that I am drawing right now, leave it in the comments for that likely part 2 with the other character that I missed today. And of course, right before I go, I'd like to take a minute to thank our lovely channel members that supported me and the creation of this video. So a huge shout out to Judy, G. Mario Fox, Heat Dragon, Kyo, and Servando Verdugo. Thank you guys so much, and thank you too, lovely viewer, for watching this video till the end. Keep drawing and stay rad. I have been Akari-san, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!